Hello there. I don't know if this will make it into a video, we'll see. But let me tell you something. If you have any bladder irritation, do not take quercetin or vitamin C. I had no idea. And I was taking them for like a duration of 8 months off and on. And I felt horrible. Like my bladder was flaring and I couldn't figure out why. I thought it was, from having COVID or something. Well, someone had suggested to take those two supplements and I didn't think anything of it. Whoa, it's because they're acidic. And I was doing great last week with my interstitial cystitis, I think it's called. It's just like an irritation with the bladder where you feel like you have to go and it's like constant and it doesn't like completely relieve. And yes, I'm being vulnerable, but if anyone else has this, I can help by sharing my story. So how it felt great last week, foods that normally could irritate me weren't irritating me, and activities and everything like that. And like even a little tighter clothing was not irritating me, because at one point all of that was. But I was also taking quercetin and vitamin C, which was flaring me and which was creating an acid environment. So last week I felt wonderful. And then a couple days later, I started taking vitamin C and quercetin again because I thought, well, it'll help inflammation. Don't take them if you have any bladder issues, because immediately after, and I didn't correlate it until my friend mentioned that quercetin didn't do so well with her, I was having the worst flares and had to take all these herbs. And let me just show you what you can take if you do have a flare. So I'll turn on the light. So these were the suspects that I was taking. This vitamin C, because with the COVID, everyone says, oh, take vitamin C, take quercetin, it's anti-inflammatory. Well, it was totally messing me up. And this is what I did take, which seemed to really help. The grapefruit seed extract, there was a study that patients with IC took it for 2 weeks, and I took like probably 9 pills a day. And I felt like it really helped me. And then I got a less expensive one in powder, and I had to put it in capsules, but it's a little chalky on the end of your fingertips. For some reason, I'll put it up again so you can see it. I got it on Amazon. For some reason it is red, and I don't know why it is red, because a grapefruit seed, why would it be red? That doesn't make sense. Unless it's a grapefruit that I don't know about. And then someone else on a forum told me that grapefruit seed extract is not necessarily natural ingredients. I don't know. All I know is that when you have AC or a flare in the bladder, which feels like a UTI, basically you'll take anything to feel better. Now, when I was flaring the other night, because of quercetin and vitamin C, which I'm not going to touch anymore, I'll show you what I do take. This is like $30 on Amazon, and there's just like a limited amount. But this is really good. It has all kinds of herbs in it, and it does have Erva Ursi, which take that in moderation, because too much of it for too long of a period, they say is hard on your liver. But this is like, will calm things down. And I just couldn't figure it out the other night because I was doing so well, and then bam, I wasn't, and I had to take multiple doses of this, as well as I have a freeze-dried aloe vera that I put in capsules, which is really bitter. But I'm so glad my friend had mentioned that quercetin didn't work for her, because I wouldn't have put the two together. And at the beginning of my marriage, I was taking quercetin and vitamin C all the time, and my bladder felt horrible. I mean, I would like be crying, thinking, when is this gonna get better? And it would activate the sleep, and I had to take the aloe vera and then this and that. And I really do think the grapefruit seed extract does help. It says to be antibacterial. There's so many reviews on Amazon. I don't know if the issue is bacterial. It's probably a pH balance issue, but I can have apple juice. I can have tomato sauce. Ketchup does flare me. Mustard does, but sometimes I am okay. Like I didn't used to be able to eat lemons, now I can. However, pineapple is really hard for me. So just watch which foods, but like I pray you can get better. And I feel that the grapefruit extract does help and is helping. So that's my update because it's been a while since I started taking it. But stay away again from the quercetin and vitamin C. They do not go well with this issue. So if I can help somebody at the expense of being a little vulnerable, well, then I'll help someone. Today's dress is one that I got and I really keep wearing. It's cotton. It's a beautiful dress. I saw it on Facebook. They kept sending it to me and I guess they kept seeing that I was looking at it, and then it went half price, so I couldn't resist. It's a long cotton dress which is lined, and the sleeves are to the elbow. Has a little bit of puff on the sleeve, which took me a while to get used to. But, you know, it's different. I don't have any puffy sleeve dresses. And I really love it. And I'm wearing it with my sweater that I got on eBay. And if you want to change your life as a woman, I'm telling you, if you dress modestly, you won't even believe. And modest in Orthodox Judaism means wearing dresses and skirts below the knee, covering, you know, none of this provocative, which in our day we don't think things are even provocative because we've become so accustomed to it. So it's really transformative. I'll say that because I didn't know the degree to which it would transform me, and subsequently I met a wonderful husband, thank God. Doesn't mean to say that the ones that aren't so wonderful won't want to date you, but you be discerning, you know your gut, you follow your gut, and dressing modestly makes you feel valued. People value you and you learn to value yourself, and it comes full circle. So basically this was about supplements. I don't know if I have anything else that I can add to this conversation. I always recommend Irene Lyon. She's wonderful. She's on YouTube. She talks about somatic therapy, I want to say, emotional regulation, getting into your body, your emotions, validating your emotions, grounding, and it really calms the nervous system. So no emotion is wrong. And we just get back to ourselves. So it's a very powerful tool for relationships and for a relationship with yourself. So if you do like inner work and studying and doing the work and having a rewarding life for it and rewarding relationships for it, Irene Lyon is amazing. There's other somatic therapies out there, or therapists out there, but she really works for me, and she talks about not denying our anger, because in today's society and decades before, we're really taught to suppress it, but it creates illnesses, and there's a reason for our anger. It means, you know, a boundary has been crossed and something doesn't feel right. And as a modest woman, also it's part of orthodoxy for not, like, for other men not to touch the woman. And because I'm married, and even before being married, that's just part of the thought, right? The thought process. And I know I'm diverging a little bit. I just had it on my mind. And it's interesting, you know, how if we, you know, hug others and kiss others, even on the cheek or whatever, people think, oh, well, you know, I'm being friendly, but it's a real crossing of boundaries, and I don't like it. I'm trying to find the words for certain people to stop doing it. But it's a wonderful way of living, to to just be with one's husband and to not invite that into one's life. And we also don't hold hands when we're out because we don't want to invite the secular eye onto our relationship. It's precious. Or have someone imagine, you know, our intimate life is private. So it's a wonderful way to live. I incorporated slowly, not all at once. And I don't know. I didn't expect it to change my life in the ways that it has. So it's one of my things that I find very precious in life. So be well and be healthy. Bye-bye.